You're welcome to Queen's Fashion World channel today with me. I want to especially thank my subscribers. Thank you so very much. God bless you for all your support. And if today is your first time of tuning this channel, you are welcome. On this channel, I upload a sewing tutorial every week. So today I'll be teaching how to cut a basic long sleeve. I will also explain how you can cut a short sleeve. I have a video on my channel how you can cut a short sleeve, but I will explain again how you can cut a short sleeve and also 3/4 and long sleeve. So stay with me as I continue. So I have a measurement guide here to show you. I have a length sleeve, 24 inches is the length sleeve, that is the long sleeve. Then I also have 12 inches, which I will explain. The 12 inches is the short sleeve. I also have 17 inches, is a 3/4 length. Cap height, bust circumference is 40, so you divide the 40 into 12 inches. Then whatever you have, you add half inch to it. You can also add 1 inch to it to still work. So the bicep, which is the upper round sleeve, is 15 inches. The round sleeve is 13 inches. I also call it tight. Wherever the sleeve is stopping, you have to measure the tight, which is the round sleeve. Then the wrist, I have a 9.5 inches. That is for the long sleeve. I have a paper here with me. The paper is into two, is folded into two. So this line you're seeing here is my starting point. I'll place my tape like this to get the length sleeve first. The full length of the sleeve, if it's long sleeve, is 24 inches. You will get some persons, there are some persons that you will get 23.5, 23 inches, depends the person. So I'll go ahead and mark 24 inches. Let me rule a straight line first. So this is the full length. Depends what you're using this sleeve for. If it's a sleeve that will have lining, then you also need to add a seam allowance. So you can add seam allowance like 1.5 inches. This seam allowance, you can also use it to hem the down even without lining. So now the next place I will mark again is the cap height. Whether you're making a long sleeve, you're making a short sleeve, you're making a 3/4 sleeve, this cap height is very important. Now the cap height, I'm going to use the bust measurement. The person's bust measurement is 40 inches. 40 inches divided by 12. That will give me 3.3 something. So I'm going to add half inch to it. In some cases, we'll also add 1 inch to it. It will still work perfectly if you sew your dress very well. Plus and minus, I will be using 3.5 inches plus the half inch to it. That will give me 4 inches. The cap height is 3.3. So plus and minus, I will be using 3.5 inches plus half inch. So what I will use for the cap height will be 4 inches. Now if you use 4.5, it will still fit this person very well. So I will rule a straight line like this. So this is the cap height now. Now I'm going to mark the bicep. The bicep is the round sleeve at the upper part. So the bicep is 15 inches. 15 inches divided by 2, because you measure one sleeve, that will give me 7.5 inches. I'm going to mark 7.5 inches. Then I will add 1.5 inch for seam allowance. So the next thing I will do again, I'm going to rule a straight line from this upper part. From this upper part, I'm going to rule a straight line up to the bicep line. I will just rule a straight line like this. Now, I will look for the midpoint from this upper part to the biceps area. What I have here is 10 inches. 10 inches divided by 2. I'll fold my tape like this and mark the midpoint of this line now. So this is the midpoint. From this midpoint, I'm going to mark ½ inch like this. Then from this ½ inch, I will connect my hand from this ½ inch now to this upper part. This is how to get the sleeve shape for beginners. Now from this biceps area, I'm going to come down. From this line, I'm going to come down by ½ inch again. So I will look for a way to connect my hand from this point and bring it to this ½ inch. I see the shape now. So this shape I'm having here is the back shape. I will explain the front later. Now, I want to explain the short sleeve. Now, if it's short sleeve, in most cases, depends the person, you will see short sleeve of 11 inches, 10 inches, 9 inches, 8 inches. So for this person, let me mark the short sleeve to be 11 inches like this. Then I will rule a straight line. When we talk of 3/4 sleeve, from the starting point, I place my tape. This one is 11, that is a short sleeve. Around your elbow is short sleeve. So 3/4, you step down. Some people will choose here. So 3/4 can be 18 inches, it can be 19 inches. So let me use 18 inches as 3/4 here. Then I will rule a straight line like this. Now let me explain something. Let me use my body to explain it to you. When you're taking the measurements, the length sleeve, you know, you start from here to take the length sleeve. Wherever the sleeve stop, it can be 9 inches, it can be 10 inches, it can be 11 inches, it can be 12 inches. Quickly take the round sleeve. This is how you take the round sleeve. You first of all tight it. You tight it like this and you free it by 1 inch. So you get a perfect round sleeve so that the person can lift up her hand very well. Then if it's 3/4, wherever the sleeve stop, you place your tape. Because I'm measuring myself, you place your tape. If the 3/4 stop here, which is 18 inches, you quickly measure the round sleeve. I call it tight. In most cases, I call it tight. You measure like this. This is 9.5. You free it by 1 inch. So like this, you have a perfect measurement. So how to measure the wrist? Now, you fold your palm like this, fold your hand like this, and place your tape. You can check this area first. When you check this area, you have to move your tape up to this point. For me now, 9 inches will not pass, but we don't like the sleeve to be too free, but you also have to check how you can pass your hand. So I'll be using 9.5 for myself, if I'm using for myself. So how you can pass your hand is what you check. The clients check very well how the person can pass her hand very well. So for this person, it's also 9.5. So I just indicate my lines now. The bicep line, the elbow line, 3/4 line, and the wrist line. So I've already added the round sleeve, the biceps at the upper part. Now the round sleeve here is 13 inches. 13 inches divided by 2, that will give me 6.5 inches. So I will mark 6.5 inches.
Then I will add 1.5 inch for seam allowance.
Then at the 3/4 line. So the 3/4 line, I didn't add that round sleeve here, the tights. I didn't add the tights there. So 3/4 line is 11 inches. 11 inches divided by 2, that will give me 5.5 inches. I will add 1.5 inches to it. Then the wrist, the tight is 9.5 inches. 9.5 inches divided by 2, that will give me 4.75. I will mark 4.75 of an inch here. Then I will add 1.5 inches to it. So I'm going to connect these lines together like this, from the wrist line to the 3/4, and connect it to the elbow length, and connect it also to the biceps line like this. So this is the shape of our long sleeve. So if you are using a short sleeve, you just know that your sleeve will stop here. It's still the same thing at the upper part. If you are using a 3/4 sleeve, you just know that your sleeve is the same thing here, but your sleeve will stop here. If you are using a long sleeve, you extend it up to this part. I will cut out this excess. It's not needed anymore. Now, if you are using a sleeve out, if you are using a lining on the sleeve, make sure you fold this allowance here. You have to leave 1/2 inch to join the upper part. The allowance here is 1.5 inches, so I will fold it and leave 1/2 inch. That is for basic sleeve. You fold it like this and follow the measurement to cut it out, like so. Then you follow this one like this. You always notch the center part of the sleeve. So you see how beautiful the sleeve, and also notch this part now in case you are putting a lining, so that you know how to fold it. So now the next thing to do is to shape the front shape. You know, our sleeve, the blouse, the back and front armhole is not the same, so we also remove the same thing at the front. So I'm going to take away 1/2 inch. I'll just mark 1/2 inch like this. Take away 1/2 inch, so it will just follow this line, and make sure you stop before the sewing allowance. Find a way to blend your hand and stop before the sewing allowance, and also stop before the center front where I notch like this. Now, before you cut this out, that is why I refuse to cut it this way. I refuse to cut it. I don't mind the lines you're seeing here on my paper. This is the paper I have left. I have to use it. So before you cut it, make sure you pick the 2 sleeves like this and place it like this before you cut this front shape now. And if this is the front, make sure this one is also the front. They are kissing each other before you cut it out. If not, you find out that one sleeve will face the back, one sleeve will face the front. It will not rhyme together. So you have to place it like that. If it's the front, let them kiss each other. If it's the back, let them kiss each other before you remove this front shape. So I'm going to cut it out now from this point now. I'll remove the front shape like this to make your dress fit properly. So when you turn it like this, this is what you get. This side is the front, is lower than the back. Thank you so very much for watching. Please like and comment, share my video. Thank you. See you in my next video.